Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Wrong Occasion. Today we're going to continue some more Apollo Justice Daisy County. Last time we learned about a lot of things, especially with Miss Alita Talia. And today, we're going to do court. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. What was going on in my mind with boredom, so I timed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing look like an Indus-Shine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know what Prosecutor Gavin witnesses today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? A Sherman take up a mom? Nope, guess again. Damn, this is savage. That's too bad. You know, speaking of mom, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Talia, your client's fiance. She's going to be the witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I got my panties back. If you can't find the killer, I'll pull one out of there. National Cinema Day. That's cool. Court is now searching for the top walkie-talkie. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seems more guilty than any party, guilty of panty snatching, we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct here, Judge, and today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside, the acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for an act. Our poor defendant told us all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancé, Herr Judge, his partner for life, with no chance of parole. Very well, you may show that lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation for long? Alita Talia. My occupation is future wife. Traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even wear baskets blindfolded underwater. Yeah, you're here today as a witness for the prosecution? To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty. Another admirable trait. Fraulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant, Wonky Kataki, confessed his plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Oh boy. It was a day of the family health checkup results came back. When Wonky found out that Dr. Marcus had lied, he flew in a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Wonky could have done it. So the pistol did belong to the Kentucky family then? Yes, with regard to this, an investigation is underway in the Kentucky mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it? Fired from the pistol the defendant pursued? Yes, that has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the pistol that fired him called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being the gun's fingerprint left at every bullet it fires. And when you first heard about Wonky's plan, it was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. How can you say that for certain? How? He had forehead. You would refrain from badgering the Frelon. It was the defendant, Wonky was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So, how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? Based on your testimony, there's clearly another. One other person had access to the pistol. What is this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Well, of course. I mean, you, Miss Talia. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend on telling us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé? And killed the man in cold blood on his behalf? I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this? It does seem to be unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and I'm for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate in murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if the different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. You might find that she had been the personal motive behind wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm trying to think? I'm trying to think that the police never looked inside the safe. I have evidence showing the connection between the witness, Miss Talia, and the victim. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside the safe at the Miraculous Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names within on this chart. What? Miss Talia? Whatever. Why, your name is in this chart! Well, can you explain the meaning of this, Miss Talia? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our one little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff in that clinic till half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Talia, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? But there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can rest until he knows every little detail of his little girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love past flossing on no matter. There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in the court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. Probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You left your job at the Miraculous Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves that the witness is still connected to the Miraculous Clinic. These sandals were found in the Miraculous Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there's a lot of people with those sandals. So sorry, Falon, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints? A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now that you see your true colors, I was wrong to cooperate you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Wonky back to a straight and narrow. It's court things so you need to worry less about Wonky and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals are found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Miraculous Clinic that day? I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all. I knew Wonka had a pistol. The doctor always was kind of timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I just wanted to tell you to be careful as an old friend. By mistake? You mean a mistake I've heard about from the defendant? The botch operation? He was a timid small man and I didn't wish him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left at the lobby, of course. I can assume she wore these sandals at the clinic, yeah? Why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn my sandals home too. So why were the sandals left behind? You pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Talia? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals which you wore at home by mistake? Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, there is nothing. That is, after all, no other possible explanation, yeah, forehead? Oh, what the? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony. Offense may be granted his cross-examination. This chart was found inside the safe of the doctor's office. Yes. Why would this one chart be in the safe? Miss Talia, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Marcus didn't want the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he read up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad hair, doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Talia. The nurse who filled this chart was you, which means you knew about Wonky's failed operation. Interesting. You were the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a naive, I gave you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Uh-oh. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday, like you said. When the witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have that kind of special power of anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Talia's testimony. But I don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo. With your eyes and your senses. And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but my bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony.
Gotcha!
Why go to the clinic for a half-a-year chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Talia, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you use your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now. That's the key word. This chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear present threat. That's ridiculous. Well, why, if that were the case, I would have 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow, with evidence. Miss Talia, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kentuckys were trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What do you think when you heard about this? Nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh, I would think you were possibly beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Wonky's chest X-ray would reveal. A full half a year has passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Yay! That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura of mentioning on her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She says she had no connection to the miraculous clinic, but her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kentuckys got hold of this chart with her name, she'll be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Talia? You guessed it. Order! Order! I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait! Miss Talia? It's true that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Wonky and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us, that is clear. This is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case in hand. Very well. The witness will add this to the testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. I was so close! You're still close! Keep at her, Apollo! Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. That's a lie. Objection! You say nothing happened to the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. This bullet was found in the miraculous clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Talia. Objection! Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far. Objection! But there is a problem. How can you say that the bullet was fired on that day? Objection! Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kentucky mansion that day. If the marks of this bullet matched the murder weapon, then that proves the firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, here, Flaghead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. The pistol was fired on that office on that day. And at the time the fire in the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in the position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Talia. Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Talia knew about Wonky Kitaki's botch operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remains in his chest, his days are numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me. But apparently the Kentuckys have been inserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a big deal with money. A fortune, if you will. They're fools of you, so you plan to marry him just to get your hands on this fortune? You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man! Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'll abuse my Alita. I think you mean accused. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot the doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. They're in that park. Wonky. Just cool down, Mr. Clee. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... Miss Talia? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I laughed so hard. Something funny? Wonky. Wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? The signature on that chart and the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air from prolonged. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right, you wanted the money. No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? Accused. Of what crime, may I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into the safe and had already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose when that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? Well, you could have taken Wonky. You didn't hear him mention that, no? All I heard him say is it was me, I shot him. Objection! That's only because he was trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor to open that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. Ah! He's right. Miss Talia? Yes? It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. I'm not flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were in the miraculous clinic on the day of the crime. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak with the doctor. I wanted that chart, so I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You didn't even have proof that I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in that park in the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Marcus was shot in the temple or not. You went back later? That chart was dangerous, you understand. I need to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later I thought Dr. Marcus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited the day, and then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you? Apollo, that sound, it came from behind the door. Someone's in there. A break-in! They left through the window. So you were the burglar. That was you two? Only have one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that. Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They were gangsters, you know. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting a little crime is avoid a big one, hey? The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from the location, the bullet would have struck the victim square in the forehead. But however, the entry room was in the right temple. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection!
But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Our anonymous panty snatcher, Mr. Strickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Strickler shot it from this location, the bullet would have hit his right temple. Silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always had a glass of milk with breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panty guy was mistaken.
Objection!
But this location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Objection!
Then why did you show us here, forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness Petty's guy was standing in the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Walkie-talkie was standing in the killer's mark. Wesley Strickler was the witness mark. And of course, Pop Maractus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? And the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
Objection!
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Eh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Like so. Double penalty? Kid Jorge waited to take it to a new direction? Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? Key to the witness, Mr. Strickler's testimony. If we believe that, then we know where he stood. And the victim turned when he shouted. There's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
Take that!
I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude for Miss Alita Talia. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to reveal the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Strickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Strickler was standing next to the trash can where he saw the two men. He shouted, just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes! Which direction was his right temple facing at the moment? That's right, towards the noodle stand. Order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection!
Let's think about this for a bit more, shall we? You said the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. I think you'd notice if you're pulling someone along.
Objection!
There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Objection!
Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We had not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in the stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in the stand? I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand.
Take that!
The Miraculous Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper pane was found in the scene, right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Talia, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand.
Objection!
Yet there is only one slipper mark found in the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Objection!
Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace of a cobblestone path.
Objection!
Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left in a single slipper. What if it was a stand and simply fell to the ground?
Objection!
That's just dumb. One more thing. The noodle stand is typically cluttered with tools on the noodle making tray. There's no room for a person to write in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in the stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room for the stand, some things will have to be... Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand.
Take that!
This is a noodle bowl for the stolen Elder noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday in the lobby of the Miraculous Clinic. A large quantity of noodles bowls in the victim clinic? Mr. Eldon was very clear about these bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space between the noodle stand. Space created by the Miraculous Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Talia. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lines than the spoiled brat's pickup lines. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you consideredly innocent. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Miraculous. More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Talia. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Where was Dr. Miraculous pulling a stand that night? And what was Alita Talia doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. That night, I went to ask Dr. Miraculous for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands. But Dr. Miraculous didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brad got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I pursue the truth or it's over.
Gotcha!
All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in the confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Talia. All I did was talk to him, you claim? Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? What? This is working better than I hoped. Unconscious actions tell us the truth you won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that! I told you the truth! It seems that you will recall what really happened in that office. You can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems like nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest as someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Talia. Something happened between you and the victim in the Miraculous Clinic office. And I got proof that shows exactly what happened.
Take that!
What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red explosion on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp state. Well, spit it out! This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Talia. Please remove your scarf. Eek!
Objection!
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have different targets.
Objection!
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting, as long as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing. Miss Talia, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven. What? You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. No. No! I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Talia? Your neck. This isn't what I think it is. Something did happen the night of the Miraculous Clinic. You need to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it. But wait. Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Miraculous and he attacked you. That's what happened at the night of the Miraculous Clinic. Order! Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Miraculous. The gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen his last patient. We have to get rid of that chart! Quick, open your safe! Give it to me! So you can save your own skin. What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. If I see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding a short straw? But if I'm going down, I want some company. You. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me on the floor. And he took that cord. How Miraculous was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. So, you were the victim. And the red splash on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold. I was killed. You claimed that I snuck out in that noodle stand? How could I? Ah! Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened in the Miraculous Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blaming himself. I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking about it. It's hard to breathe. I told you everything. And Can I go home now? You bear some responsibility for events that day, true. Yet, if you were also the victim, this court will owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Talia. When did this happen? Suddenly, everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Talia? Very well, this finishes the cross-examination of this.
Objection!
Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now we rock. What? The spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin? Pomeractus choked Alita Talia. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right. There's more we don't know. But she was choked hard to leave that mark. She would have been out cold for a while. Even still, what if it was her in the noodle stand? Alita Talia, half dead. Dr. Maractus pulling the stand. And a bullet fired her inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We've already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Talia, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me, Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back to what we learned up until now. On the day of the murder, Wonky saw a checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So, he took the pistol from the family stash, with the intent of giving Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Talia heard about this from Wonky, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Talia, perhaps he thought, to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the Stanford's clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Jorge, care to guess? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Talia. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What? Killing me? What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was in his clinic. However, the question is, why did he move the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place? Oh. Wait, you know me. I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Talia. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he killed you. His next move will be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it. Logically, the doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Wonky Kitaki? I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? The park is a dead end. Why would he head to that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It's a trick. Spoiled brat made him do it. You make the doctor steal the sand. Tell me, why would someone go to the dead end? Unless the park has its destination. What? Apparently the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, show us in this diagram, to show exactly where the victim dragged in the stand. There? That's a river! Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was gonna throw me in that river? He didn't have any other option for long. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defender before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Talia. And then, the Democrat, Wesley Strickler, of the panty-snatching fame, walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts, in that instant, so, I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Walkie's pistol. It had to be you. Well, Miss Talia? Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you're done to find John dreaming up a story to get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. I was back that everything he said was facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand through the park? Who knows? There's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Whereof what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out here forehead's errors? Maybe there is really something. I believe the Fraulein speaks of here doctor's car. His car? That's right. Dr. Maractus Clinic has a big garage. And which set the green sports car was it? Why would he need to steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry the body, he's gonna use his car. Until we found a victim with a plausible cause to steal the stand. And a defense without the case. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. Oh, what an excellent cultural argument for a long. Looks like you're quite wrong. Eh? Don't tell me you forgot what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right! That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I nearly forgot about that. Afterward, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why did he use the beloved sports car? A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. No! Order! 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 Well, Mr. Justice, why did Dr. Maractus didn't use his car to carry the body? Is that a grown to surrender I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to reveal all you know. Everything you learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned? Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain us what happened that night. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Now you're making it every less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Talia. Put one and one together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you could show us some evidence? Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. Let's see now. Panties again? All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Another crime was committed that night in the murder. The theft of these panties, the latest of a string of similar thefts actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in an act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Maractus Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them? Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. A clock exhaust pipe. Too bad, it looked like a nice bike too. Hard to believe that it could just break just like that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clock the exalt and they won't run. My, how interesting. While Miss Talia and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the miraculous clinic. From that time until the time we found these, the car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Miraculous had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. Well, Miss Talia, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? So dark, can't see. Cramped. Pain, my throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc, I know what you did. Wonky? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. And not just me. No, you ruined everything. I have to stop him. Cease this at once, you two. Funny, this isn't the way I was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from the stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use the public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left the slipper print. Dr. Miraculous didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out before I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone could get Wonky declared guilty, it was you. I believe we reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tully doing? She confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin seems calm as someone who just lost. I think you already knew. You figured out she was the killer a while ago. Time to revise. Now is a good time to reveal all you know. Everything you learned over the last 2 days. He lost, but he didn't exactly win either. Something the matter here, forehead? Looks like it's time to announce the verdict. Not guilty. Court is adjourned. Great job, Apollo, you did it! Yeah, we did, somehow. Wonky's off the hook. Free to become a gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man! You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita Holmes! Or to blame, I guess. You get my Alita back! Stupid pointy-headed attorney with a death wish! Enough! Wonky! Ah, Mr. Kentucky! It's high time you open your eyes, Wonky. What do you know, man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up on life, trying to become some kind of businessman. Don't talk about what you just don't understand, Wonky. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw the mouth out. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. You know why Mr. Kentucky needs to make so much money? Maybe we should tell Wonky. Oh, Wonky, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? I do? Way to put me in the spot. What? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kentucky trying to become a businessman? Think about it, Wonky. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who could take that bullet off for you, Wonky. But it's an expensive procedure. Man, you have plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Wonky. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Please understand, Wonky. Dad! Man, I see how it is, old man. What was you looking out for? Out for? Wonky? Listen, good old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide your business, dude, I'll find you. Stupid old cheeser. My, Wonky? No, it is as it should be. Mr. Kentucky, I like it more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who, me? I don't think. Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kentucky lime pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when did I work at your agency? Oh, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Huh? Why not? You didn't help me out. There's a few questions I still need answers. I like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelets. If anyone could help me figure it out, it's her. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why I had to claim a reward from Mr. Eldoom. Ah, salty noodle. Right. You got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. It's a special appearance from the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. And with that, Turnabout Corner is finished. And that's going to be it. Now, next stream, we're going to be playing episode 3, Turnabout Serenade. And with that, this is Robin Phoenix signing out. Peace.